Yo, back again.
And you know what? And we better than ever. Shout out Eric Bischoff, 83 weeks. You know what it is?
Really?
I had to, man.
Really?
We back and better than ever.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I know y'all missed us. We've been gone for about a week. You know what I'm saying?
12 days.
Happens. Yeah. It's been 12 days.
It's been 12 days.
Ooh, 12 days. Uh-oh. That remind me of one of them best promos ever by the Uso. You remember the 12 days promo?
In
12 days, you get smacked too. In 12 days, you get clapped too. Them boys was going in.
You something else. But this is the podcast. I still love pro wrestling. ... I think.
Don't forget them 3 dots.
Don't forget the 3 dots. You catch us on Spotify. Hit up that Cash app. It's gonna be in the beginning of the video, and we're about to get on TikTok.
Oh, we're about to tick to the top.
You about to see these faces. But anyway,
yes, these beautiful, lovely.
Okay, all right.
I'll make your woman sweat drop it out of her. Sorry.
Okay. So, so we about to get on this Crown Jewel review. We're recording as Sunday, the night after. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna get on to the totality of the show, but just from a quick point of view, what did you think of this show?
Overall,
just quick overall.
This is one of the best Crown Jewels they've had.
I agree.
Because I have not been a fan of the Crown Jewel pay-per-view at all.
I don't think most people have.
No, I felt like it was always just a filler for them to fulfill their obligation to go over there.
Like, it felt like fake WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's like, we're going to give you this illusion of it being a big show. We're going to call in some big-time talent. We're going to give you some names, like if you remember the rumor that the Saudi Prince was requesting people like the Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna and folk that he grew up watching that he didn't even know were deceased. He just wanted to see a big show. So Vince used to make it his duty to put together the big names, and we're going to give you all this match. Goldberg versus Undertaker. We're going to give you the biggest Royal Rumble ever. 40 men. Like all of the gimmick things they could do to try to make this look bigger than what it was. And then you come back to the States. And it's almost like it didn't happen because either the matches would end in a no contest, they leave crazy, and they pretty much just pick off on the next pay-per-view.
Okay.
But so this was a better one.
Yeah. And you can tell with this show, they're continuing some of the storylines, which is pretty good. So we're going to start off with the first match, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Lesnar won, by pinfall. Bobby Lashley controlled most of this match.
You know what? I really had to think about this.
They made him. They made him look good.
He looked good. The boy looked good because he started off like even when Brock was posing. And you made mention last night when we was watching live. Once upon a time, we was trying to figure out who's the heel and who's the face. The fact that he jumped him before the bell. Of course, he had every right to be mad. I mean, let's be honest. Brock cost him the U.S. Championship, and. Pretty much. Now, don't get me wrong. He didn't have to take Seth's challenge. But Brock was a big reason why he was pretty much incapacitated before the match even started.
Yep. And
really, Bobby and Brock's beef, it wasn't over, but Brock really had no reason to come out there and attack him.
Yep.
So, he had a right to be mad, and then they've been going back and forth verbally. Now, if y'all remember back in the day when he was like, Bobby who, and all this, and Bobby just kind of took it all in stride. He didn't really shoot at him like he could have.
Yeah.
This time around, he has been shooting a lot more, but I believe he was in every right. He had that right to attack him first. And like you said, he dominated the whole match. And Brock got a little offense in to remind you of who he was, but this was Bobby's match, even though...
That finish. I did not like that finish. I understood it. I understood what they were trying to do. They were trying to tell the story of, Bobby dominated, but Lashley kind of one-upped him, I guess.
Yeah, he one-upped him. And, the illusion is, how heavy is Brock? Like 300-pound man come crashing down on your chest and your sternum. Of course, it's going to knock the breath out of you.
Yep.
So that is the story that's being told. Like Bobby's dominating and then Brock finds a way to shift the weight. Boom. For that 3 seconds,
Got him.
So we remember that scenario.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We remember that scenario.
Yeah.
We still got a story to tell. And then Bobby beat him up after the match, which I loved it.
But so you admit, like, he's going full heel?
I don't know.
Or do you think it's kind of like an anti-hero? Like, he in the middle, like, you know, it's a frustrated guy who lost the match and took his anger out.
You know, I believe it's gonna be portrayed as he's a heel in a way now. Of course, you know, from a human perspective, we're gonna look at it as the man is frustrated. He lost. This is the man who cost you your U.S. title. And this is the man who's been a thorn in your side continuously and that you say has been ducking you for 12 years. So, yeah. But they're going to portray him as a heel right now because no matter what Brock does, no matter what Brock says, Brock gets cheered. And everybody looks at Brock as the final boss, even though he's not the champion. He's nowhere close to the belt right now, but they still look at him as a final boss that no matter what happens to him. SummerSlam, he got embarrassed.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
My question to you is, does this feud continue?
I would say if the feud continues, they play off an injury angle because Bobby did pretty much choke him out last night. If you saw his face was turning red, he did some damage to him. So I would say he goes away for a month or two. If they do it that long, and he comes back either for War Games or they stretch it a little bit and he comes back and we do a big one for the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
That'll be a good solid match. Unless they want both of them in the Rumble and have them clash then.
Okay.
So I can see that.
No, I agree with you. Next match on the card, Alexa Bliss and Asuka, who won the belts Monday night, versus Damage Control.
I'm a little confused with what they're trying to do. Like, I know everybody got faith in Triple H. I do too. As far as his booking thus far, the show's been watchable.
Yeah.
But as far as this booking of Damage Control, now, when Damage Control debuted, they were supposed to be, the way they came out, it's like, okay, we about to come and we about to wreck shop.
Yeah.
We about to regulate.
Want me to tell you the problem with it was?
What?
They sent them right to Bianca now. When you had no plans of taking that belt off Bianca Belair.
Exactly.
You should have sent them after somebody else.
Yes.
Like, so SummerSlam, and I think with Becky Lynch getting hurt, they kind of put a damper on things. I don't think they were about to just go straight for Bianca. I think they're going to go for Bianca and Becky.
Yeah.
But when Becky got hurt, it went to a straight Bianca thing. So I think that's their first mistake. They fed them straight up to Bianca, who you had no plans of getting that belt off of. Like, you should have, they should have went after somebody else, like preliminary. Like Alexa Bliss and Asuka, you can go after them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whoever. So I think that's the first mistake.
I agree.
You're not going to take the belt off Bianca, so you're not going to beat Bianca.
Nope.
So, you know, I'm talking about on the Bayley side. On the Damage Control side, I guess, on the tag team aspect of Dakota Kai and Io Sky, they kind of booked them okay. You know, remember, they were beating teams. They went through the tag team tournament, won that. So they have booked the tag team part of it pretty well. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, I don't know why they lost the titles Monday.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where you know, they always say leave you scratching your head. I was actually scratching my head because I'm like, they just got the belts, and I was expecting Alexa and Asuka to break up anyway. Yeah, but it's just they win it Monday, lose it Saturday. I just didn't get the booking of it. Yeah, it's like a knee jerk decision. Like, maybe somebody went back and said, "Oh, we messed up. We should have done that." But the match was okay for me. Not anything like they jumped off the TV. You know, even though this is you have Asuka, Io Sky in the same match. You got Dakota Kai, like you have 4 pretty good women wrestlers. Now they had a good exchange between Asuka and Io. Was pretty good. Like I'm saying, like you had some talented women in the ring. It's just
I guess people didn't care about the match. I guess no one cared about the storyline for real, even though they just won the titles. And then when they won it back, people were like, okay, what? So it's confusing, but to me, it was okay.
You know, the seed they did plant, though, with Nikki Cross being the interference and, you know, causing the loss.
Yeah.
And it kind of leaves you in wonder, like, what's going to happen? Because they saw her sitting backstage.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get to that when we get to the actual Bianca Belair versus Bayley match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get to what I think they're about to do with that.
Okay.
I don't want to jump ahead.
Okay.
So, next matchup is Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a steel cage match. This feud has been going on ever since Karrion Kross came on SmackDown to attack Drew McIntyre right before Clash of the Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So that feud's been going on. Karrion Kross beat Drew McIntyre at Extreme Rules in a strap match with the interference of his wife, valet, Scarlett. And so, you know, Drew McIntyre bumping in cars with him, you know. Just being
they
real.
brought the hood out of Drew,
man.
man.
Hey, my boy back there looking.
But you know what, though? I mean, it's portrayed as two grown men that got beef.
Yep.
They look like grown men. They sound like grown men.
Yep.
It's if you want to say the only parlor tricks they use, of course, you know, the fireball and little things like that you had to throw in for the Karrion Kross character to still come off as, I guess, somewhat supernatural, somewhat, you know, mysterious.
Would you say supernatural? I would say just.
Well, maybe not supernatural.
Just, I guess you can just say
magic.
Bad.
Because Scarlett was
bad,
a witch.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're just a bad. You know, this is a bad couple.
Bad couple. But you think though, Scarlett in like folklore was a witch. So, you know, if the way she comes off as somebody who sort of kind of maybe dabbles in black magic. So
okay, okay, there you go. There you go. Like kind of like a dark magic type of. Okay,
it's like he's not the supernatural force, but maybe she is.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So, you know, it's and that may not be it either. But just from little things that they do like that. But overall.
So like they backstage segments kind of like that too.
Yeah.
You know, I get what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Like more like dark magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, this match to me, I thought this was the match of the night. But others might have different opinions. But I thought this was the match of the night to me. I know there was a lot of interference, but it's a cage match. And like I said, like his wife, valet, you know, she gets into his matches, which you don't see that from many valets for real.
No, and that's really what their role is to do. Either you're going to, if you're a heel valet.
Yeah, like I always found it kind of odd, like when Paul Heyman's out there with Reigns and he's a heel and he doesn't like trip up anybody or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, MVP is the same way.
Yeah.
In a way. Like MVP do some stuff. But you know, what she's out there to do, because you see it on the internet, they cheat. They're talking about Karrion Kross, where they cheated. Yeah, that's kind of what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I know it's been like 15 years because Vince really don't like valets for real for some reason. He likes them, but he wanted to look cool on the outside. I don't know. And that's why I kind of like what Rhea Ripley's doing with Judgment Day. We get into that.
Yes.
But, you know, she tried to help out her man. And it kind of backfired, you know?
Yeah. It's one move too many.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the way this one ended, you know, Drew jumping down, you know, it got down to the end. You know, she locks the door on Drew. Drew decides to climb out. Then she's going to unlock the door for Kross. Kross is starting to crawl out. Drew finally decides to jump down and get the victory. The way it ended, I believe that's another one that you could maybe put on pause, because if we keep doing these back to back with
did you see the ending?
Yeah.
How Karrion Kross was looking at Drew?
Yeah.
Like it ain't over.
I mean, I just wouldn't have him fight at the next event. Like I would throw like a roadblock in between them.
Okay.
I would throw